Now, our last topic today is life begins at 40. And we're talking about ladies, ages, and stages.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it was in relation to Tiwa was celebrating her 41. 41.
Wow.
41st.
yes.
We are not even yet 41.
No, it's 41st.
41st.
It's 41st.
Nimesema 41.
Mtu wangu sijafika 40, so it's okay. Like tuseme around 11 years from 13 14 years from now we'll get back to that question. But yeah, she was celebrating and she was looking so dope, like alikuwa na katu like she was looking so young.
Yeah.
And guys, were like, hey, what is it about, women's age and all that.
Well,
but I'm like,
yeah.
at the end of the day, miaka ni yako, miaka si yetu.
Stages ni
and
vile
I feel
unataka kuenda.
Stages ni mali unataka kuenda, ina depend unaenda route gani, unaenda Thika Road, unaenda Mombasa Road.
Unaenda Mombasa.
But, yeah, I just feel like it's overrated when it comes to, the way people are like, a lady, you are this age. Personally, it's something I've gone through. Like, hey, you say unafai kuwa bibi ya mtu, unafai kuwa mama ya mtu. Like, you get, you're getting old. And it's, at the end of the day, I feel like age is just but a number. You can find love whether you're young, you can
when
find
you're
50, when you're
60.
60.
Yeah.
Like your
We've seen it happen.
timeline and your time frame is very different from the other person. So you do you be happy, you live your life until you get what you're looking for. Because kuna wamepata bado mapema.
Yeah.
At 20 lakini by
They're
the
still
time
okay.
you are, I don't know, you are 30, you are divorced.
Yeah, that's
Then
true.
unajua na kuna anapata akiwa 30 na ameishiba sasa kiwanta mpaka
Na ako ready,
akimaliza nini mpaka hivyo ikiendanga. So I feel like age inakonga tu ni stories zingine wange make sense, honestly speaking.
Well, me na feel when I was researching about I came across a book called Life Begins at 40 and basically they were just explaining how during the slave trade life expectancy was really very low. Like guys would die when they were so young. So during the 20 and 21st century the life expectancy rose, it increased. So now people now start to embrace now age because there were not many 40-year-olds back in the day. So basically that. But I feel also at 40 you have your career that has just taken off. You have like your emotions are together, and then you have that financial for a soft life. If you want a soft life. I mean at 40 you already have that money and then you're very assertive, you know what you want at this point. You probably are married with kids, many of them. So I think when they say it begins at 40 it's basically how you've but age by the
but I just feel like there are certain stages that everyone, I don't want to say has to go through, but I feel you need to go through. It might not be at around the same time. Some people graduate at 22 and they don't get a job until they're 27. Someone gets their degree when they're 30 and gets a job immediately. You get what I mean? So for me, because there's this thing, I was listening to this Kikuyu podcast and they were saying what the ululations mean. Because, in Kikuyu culture, you believe when a child is born, you ululate, and there are 4 ululations, and one of them was saying that it's a blessing that is saying to the child, may you enjoy every stage of your life. Meaning you have to be a child, make mistakes, be a young adult, make mistakes, be a parent, make mistakes. I think by the time you're 40, you've done it all. You've lost money trying to start a business. You've made mistakes in your with your family. You've made mistakes with loved ones, So by the time you're 40, everything has come back full circle. That's what I think.
On the flip side, there's a quote that I read that was saying, yes, life begins at 40, but so does rheumatism and loss of memory. Because you tend to tell a story to the same person 3 or 4 times.
But I don't know why, at some point, I don't know, I feel like I'll disagree with this. Because life begins when you choose to let it begin. Why? Because when you say life begins at 40, you'll waste all this time. Then at 40 sometimes it hits you. Damn.
And then unaanza kuharakisha.
It's 40 years and I've done nothing. Like literally I was just living without a plan. Like nilikuwa tu. Ushisikia leo sana kwanga tu alikuwa anaishi. Yani I was just existing. Then it hits you at that time. You're like, wow, unaanza kufanya sengine vitu zenye ungefanya ukiwa 20s. Now you're doing them at your 40s. But at your 50s, that's when you're doing some things you're like, you have midlife crisis. So it can be either way. But it's all... tulisema miaka ni yako, it's okay, kila mtu kivyake. But anyway, let's move on to advice spot. And we don't have a bumper today, but let us see what y'all having for us this week? Like unajua sijui kama hii wiki ndio relationships zitatamba
mbaya sana.
But kuna huyu anasema, hi Chatspot ladies, I need your help please. I'm a 23-year-old and there is this man I've been dating for 2 years. It's a long distance relationship, but the problem is that he doesn't communicate. Like he can't call or chat unless I do it. Hadi anaweza zima simu for 1 month or so. Na nikimuuliza mbona anashinda kuapologize na kusema hajielewi. This is the third time kufanya hivyo, and not only to me but his family as well. What should I do? I love him.
You're in this relationship by yourself, honestly.
Because 1 month.
A relationship is 2 people. If you know it's a back and forth, not just forth. You know, you just can't keep giving and giving and giving and you're not getting anything in return. And listen, you're 23. You can cut your losses and find someone who can actually communicate with you, because that's the most frustrating thing in a relationship. You know, like even when you're mad, like let's say with like your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you still communicate. You know what I mean? But not hearing from him from a month,
and they can
and you think you're still together,
phone.
and he switches off his phone. He probably has his own problems. And let me tell you something. It's not your prerogative to fix him. You know, let him fix his problems, and if he finds you, he finds you.
Me, I'll just say, listen, man, young girl, or if you're not, how old is she?
23.
23 is very young. Yeah. It's not every bird that hits your window that you're supposed to save. Some you just let them die a natural death because they'll die either way because they're hurt. You know, this person is clearly very hurt, and anakuprojectia issues zake kwako, and then you're carrying these things. Ako sawa mali yako.
Akizima simu ako sawa.
Because you're playing second fiddle to this person. You know,
as in there's no way someone will just switch off their phone for 1 month.
You know, even to his family, hapa kuna shida.
And exactly, if they're switching off that phone, that means they have another phone that they're using. You just can't go MIA for 1 month. Then you come back like, you know,
apologizing.
Maybe, as in, you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like you are in love with someone who's not in love with you, or doesn't love you, or doesn't even care about you. Nile tu anakutolerate, but maybe aja kuambia, like, you know, it's ABCD. But you just need to work.
Cut your losses, sis. Cut
for real.
your losses.
Because either way, decision that I make to at some point, it may not be now, but imagine wasting another 5 years just because you couldn't make a decision right now. Make it right now. Let's read the next one. Hey cuties, there was this guy I was dating for 5 years, but I got pregnant. And when I told him, he left me. My girl is now 9 months old and he wants to come back. Should I give him another chance? No, sis.
What? Okay. Is he coming back for you or the child? Because, you know, some men need to come to their senses. Because, you know, honestly, men don't fully mature until they're 40. So if he's coming to his senses now and he wants to be a father to his daughter, that's fine. But if he wants to come back to you... Listen, there's a... I don't know how to say this. Like, there's a reason he left. You know what I mean? And the reason why he left, if that has changed, you know, if in those whatever 5 years, he's a different person, then you can give it a shot. But if he still has the same behaviors...
But how will you know? You have to accept him back into your life so that you
slowly
can get to see the patterns, if he's changed or not.
But slowly.
Everyone deserves a second chance for sure.
I don't know why. I feel like...
Don't dive head first. Don't dive head first.
Alikuwa hata ukiwa na mtu huyu. Unaget, tumekaa mafuta nishazazi.
Nimemraise 9 years.
Haina shida, imagine there are people who make...
Ni 9 years.
9 years, the kid is 9.
9 years.
Exactly.
So
9 months. Oh, 9 months. Okay.
I'm like, as in, ukiangalia vizuri msi akipata opportunity ingine ya kubounce atabounce. Unaget, like it's for him it's not a must. I don't know, but nakwanga ikifika vitu kaa hizo niache mimi kivyangu. Lakini mimi na mtoto umeenda. Unarudi 9.
Me, I think just don't dive in head first. Don't give him your whole heart. Actually, don't give him your heart again. Let him prove himself. If he has changed, if you see even one red flag, run. Don't make excuses. Don't be like, oh, but there's no buts.
Yes, and on that
don't
note,
dive in head first.
And on that note, we are not running. We are going to go on a very short commercial break. Please do let us know what you think about our advice spot or pop spot. Our number is 111 444 111. We'll be right back.